Revelation Tales. My name is Tom and I'm 56 years old. My soon-to-be ex-wife Susan is 50. It was a beautiful Sunday morning when she said something that ruined our marriage. She started with, "We need to talk." "Tom," I replied, "Sure, go ahead, my love." Then she said, "The kids are gone and there's nothing left in my life." Being who I am, I responded, "Yes, there's nothing left to do. Let's have sex." She cringed, waved her hands, and then dropped a bombshell. "I want to go out and explore my life," she said. "No one will hire you for a proper job at your age. You could try being a model for older people if you want. I can make some calls for you." I jokingly said, "No, I want to date other people." She shot back at me and I was silent. "So, in short, you want to cheat on me. It's not cheating if you are informed ahead of time." You were right, but that would still be breaking our vows and committing a sin. I added, "Don't give me a lecture. I am serious, so better put off your jokes." She shouted. I went silent. I had never thought of getting in bed with anyone else other than her. Not that I did not have the opportunity. I chose my wife over everyone else. I spoke. "I have never thought of getting in bed with anyone else other than you." Not that I did not have the opportunity. I chose my wife over everyone else. It was her turn to be silent, but not for long. "Tonight, I'll be going out on a date, and you will not stop me. Only you can stop yourself. I can just remind you that you have a husband who has been here for you ever since he married you 12 years ago." The pain in my voice was evident. I walked out of the room. As she stated, she went out. That night, I just drank an entire bottle of Jack Daniels and got wasted. The next morning, she was all smiles and I was a wreck. She came up and stated that she had met someone. "His name is Clive." I walked out to the bathroom and puked in the toilet. My wife came running and asked if I was fine. "Yes, my love. I am just puking out the remaining love I had for you down the toilet." I washed my face and went to lay down on my bed. "Susan, this is the last time I'll ask. Please think about your choices and don't go down a path that could cause us a lot of pain." She replied, "He's better than you in bed. Has a great job and a great body. I'm not going to let him go. If you want a divorce, fine, but be ready to lose everything. I'll take everything from you. So, decide what you want." She then told me that everything happening would actually be good for our marriage in the long run. I said, "You just ruined our marriage by being with another man." I just closed my eyes and lay there. She added, "We're meeting tonight, so deal with it," and then walked out of the room. That evening, she dressed to kill, went out, waved goodbye, and drove off. I was there alone and broken. I limped back to my room, opened my safe, and took out my SIG pistol. I held it to my head and closed my eyes. After struggling for 5 minutes, I was drenched and breathing heavily. I looked up and stared at the mirror beside my bed. "Is that you, Tom?" I asked myself. I held the pistol to the mirror and whispered, "Bang." I went to bed. The next morning was different. My wife was not home yet. I cooked a good breakfast, had my coffee, and went to the nearest gym and enroll myself. I returned after 2 hours to find my wife at home, asleep in her bed. I decided not to wake her up, went to the bathroom, and took a bath. I picked my fishing gear, took a 6-pack of beer, and went out near the river to fish. The gears in my mind were constantly moving in order to come up with a plan to punish my wife. I thought about drowning her in the river, blowing up her car with her in it, even planned to strangle her in her sleep. I rejected all the plans. 12 years of marriage is not worth a lifetime in prison. Divorce would be costly. I didn't want to give her any money and alimony or settlements. I decided to just wait, observe, and act. I decided that I would be moving out of the house, but I did not want her to live there as well. A few days passed. I slept in the same bed as my wife. I refused to have sex with her. Just around Christmas, she came up and said that she would be spending Christmas with Clive and would be out for the weekend. "Why don't you go out for the entire week?" She looked at me and asked, "How will you spend Christmas?" I said, "Maybe I'll find someone just like you did." She smiled and gave me a hug. I felt disgusted but pretended to be happy. She left in the morning and I put my plan into action since she didn't care about what was happening with our house. She had no idea it was listed for rent. The same day she left, I closed the deal with the new tenants. Since I held the deed to the house, I did not need my wife to sign anywhere. I had rented a condo in the heart of the city with an exquisite view. A week later, when my wife came back, she was in for a big shock. Her house was gone. She was on the street. I had asked the new tenants to give her my address. Soon enough, she was at my door. "Why did you rent our house?" She screamed. "The house has no meaning. Look at this condo. All new and all smart. You can live here for one night and then go back to Clive." "What do you mean?" "I mean that you guys should enjoy and spend more time with each other." I also told her that the entire rent from our house goes to pay for this condo. She stayed the night and left in the morning. Time to deal with Clive. I had to make a few phone calls and found out about his job and his family. I did not want to ruin his family. I just wanted to wreck him. Few more phone calls and I made sure that he would be out of his job in the next 3 months. I installed a dating app and started my new life. So now my wife would be here with me only one day of the week and the rest of the week I could enjoy my life. No divorce, no alimony, and I could still use my wife for sex. 3 months later she was back at the condo and was looking visibly upset. "Talk away, sweetheart." I smiled back at my wife of 12 years. "You know I'm always here for you." "It's not good enough, Tom." She went on, frowning at me. "It's not working out as I expected. I'm not happy. But you got what you wanted, didn't you, Susan?" I said to her, "You were the one who told me clearly that you wouldn't give up your lover and plan to keep seeing him. You said, 'Take it or leave it.'" "I know," she mumbled, looking very unhappy. "But I didn't expect you to agree so easily." I thought, oh, I don't even know what I thought. "You were quite clear at the time, Susan." I reminded her. "I recall the conversation like it was yesterday. I've been seeing, as you described it, that bastard Clive since last Christmas. He, me better than you do. And I'm going to spend this weekend and regular weekends with him." "Not better, just different," Susan grunted, unable to meet my glare. I really meant that we'd carry on more or less as usual, but I'd spend my weekends, or at least some of them, at Clive's place. "Fucking him," I interjected. "Well, yes," she whined, wringing her hands together. "But that would be all. And the rest of the time I'd be living with you like normal." So I agreed. I grinned at her. "Take it or leave it," you said. So I didn't have an option. So now what's the problem? It was just supposed to be weekends, Tom. So I was generous, sweetheart. I relished telling her. You wanted weekends and I gave you most of the week as well. You didn't complain at the time. You didn't tell me at the time. Susan claimed quite correctly as it happened. I went on that 2-week holiday with Clive. And when I came back, you'd rented our house out and moved into this swish apartment. Yes. Fabulous, isn't it? I smiled graciously, admiring the view out of the picture windows of the city vista and the river winding its way off into the distance. I quite carefully explained to Susan on several occasions that all the rent from our house only just covered the rent on my new abode. But I only get to stay here one night a week. Tom, Susan sobbed. It's just not as I imagined it. You don't enjoy the sex, Susan? I demanded, putting on my very best look of disappointment. Of course I do. Honey, she said excitedly. It's better than ever, and you know it. Clive just isn't the same since he lost his job and got beaten up that night. It's just not enough anymore. He got beaten up? I don't understand why someone would do that to him. That's terrible, sweetheart, I said, trying to comfort her. But inside, I thought, screwing my wife and getting away without a scratch. That doesn't happen. If you need another night with me, then I could always ask Jane if she could give Wednesdays a miss from time to time. That's not what I damn well want, Tom. Well, how about Fridays then? I offered. Mary could swap with Nikki, maybe, or perhaps double up with her. I don't just want Fridays for God's sake, Tom. My wife cried between her sobs. I want you back. Karen's going back to college next week. Susan, I said, trying to find a way to fix our problem. Would Saturday afternoons work better for us? For God's sake, Tom, you're my husband. I love you and want you back fully. Just give me a chance to prove it. She pleaded. You've heard my offer, Susan, I replied seriously. Now that we're more like friends with benefits than a married couple. I really enjoy sleeping with you once a week. It's a nice break from the younger girls I've been seeing since you left. But you've heard my offer, and that's all I have to say, except for one thing. What's that, honey? Susan asked, smiling hopefully. Take it or leave it, I grinned. Take it or leave it. Second story. I couldn't find my phone and wanted to check the time. My girlfriend's phone was on the floor while she was outside. So, I checked the time on it and saw a Snapchat notification from a guy the first didn't recognize. I waited a bit because I don't like going through other people's stuff. Then, I went outside and asked her if she made a new friend. She seemed confused and asked, "What?" I explained that I checked the time on her phone since I couldn't find mine and saw a notification from this guy on Snapchat. She got her phone, turned pale, and said, "Oh, we don't talk. I knew him from school 10 years ago. That's all." She showed me that it wasn't a message, just a notification she gets when he posts a story, and said she gets those for all her Snapchat friends. But in the 3 years we've been dating, I've never seen this guy's notifications on her phone before. When I told her that, she got defensive. She said she felt guilty because of how I made her feel, but all I did was ask a simple question. It seemed like she was ready for a fight. But I told her I honestly don't care and just want her to be honest, so I don't waste my time. She then said, "Go through my phone if you want." That's fine, but I feel like she either has already hidden anything suspicious or knows I won't actually go through her phone. We have a kid together and we've been just going through the motions lately, not really focusing on our relationship. I would understand if something was up, but what do you guys